Two paths to wealth, one of struggle, one of freedom. The poor dad path trades time for money. The rich dad path builds assets that work for you. Choose your path
Millions
wisely.
follow the exact path they were taught. They graduate, log exhausting hours at work, and still spend their lives struggling to pay bills. Robert Kiyosaki observed this cycle and concluded that the standard formula for success had become outdated for the modern world. Standard rules for education and employment frequently lead to a state where an individual's financial survival depends entirely on their next paycheck. Kiyosaki grew up observing two contrasting figures. His highly educated biological father viewed poverty as inevitable and claimed money simply didn't matter. His mentor, known as Rich Dad, viewed money as a tool of power and actively engineered a strategy to build his own wealth. The difference lay in their relationship with labor. One side worked for money, while the other side trained money to work for them. This suggests that long-term wealth depends less on academic pedigree and more on which financial paradigm a person chooses to adopt. Relying exclusively on a salary means your daily effort builds the net worth of the company's owners and shareholders rather than your own. Then the government takes its share. Through income taxes, the average employee effectively works from January through May just to cover the state's deductions. After taxes, the remaining income typically flows to banks to service 30-year mortgages and high-interest consumer debt. Chasing a raise often compounds this issue, as higher earnings can lead to increased tax brackets and larger liabilities that keep the worker dependent on their employer. To navigate this, you must look past dictionary definitions and define financial terms strictly by how they impact your cash flow. This diagram shows the function of an asset. It puts money into your pocket regardless of your labor. Conversely, a liability continuously drains money out. This explains why a primary residence is a liability. Mortgages, taxes, and maintenance create an outward flow of cash. While a profession feeds your income column, a true business exists within the asset column, producing value independently of your time. The wealthy focus their lives on acquiring income-generating assets, while the middle class often accumulates liabilities they mistakenly categorize as assets. Reaching independence requires converting ordinary, highly taxed earned income into passive and portfolio income. Kiyosaki utilized his corporate sales job at Xerox as a deliberate engine to generate the capital necessary for his private real estate investments. Taking this path requires a shift in perspective regarding risk. Successful investors view failure as a necessary mechanism for learning and future success. Rather than buying prepackaged retail investments, they train their minds to identify high-yield opportunities that remain invisible to the average observer. Freedom is achieved at the precise moment when the passive income from your assets exceeds your monthly living expenses. Sustaining this requires directing all excess capital into the asset column, rather than expanding your lifestyle or income statement. Every dollar that enters your hand presents a choice. Where you assign that dollar determines whether you are moving toward a rich, middle class, or poor financial future. A well-trained mind acts as your primary asset, providing the technical capacity to build wealth where others see only risk. Since formal education rarely teaches money management, the responsibility falls on the individual to unlearn the habits of the rat race and choose the path toward financial freedom.